The basement's probably a pretty good idea to go down there, just wait out the storm and see what happens. Stay tuned to us if you can down in the basement for the next few minutes.
Jim Turner is not in the basement at this hour, fortunately for him. Jim, you should have a good view from the Iroquois overlook as this storm approaches.
I think we need to head to a basement soon ourselves. We're going to give you a look here. We're on top of Iroquois Hill, about 10 miles south of downtown Louisville, and there you can see the front as it comes into Louisville, moving rather quickly. We're going to pan off now toward the north, and I don't think you'll quite be able to see downtown in the distance, but where the sky just over to the right gets even darker and grayer, that's downtown, and I'm just amazed at the speed at which this cloud front, this storm front, is moving toward us and getting ready to move over us. I can't quite see rain coming out of these storm clouds, but that's some view off to the west, Gary, Melissa.
Jim.
Can you hear us, Jim?
Yes.
Jim Turner, we thought we heard the sirens going off in the background there. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're right. The sirens here in the south end of Jefferson County, they started sounding about 3 to 4 minutes ago, and they haven't stopped since. So everyone in this area should be able to hear them. We can hear them no problem here on top of Iroquois Hill.
All right, Jim Turner live tonight in South Louisville, and I guess, Chuck, you're standing by with some more information over there. Let's go to Chuck Taylor for a moment.
Yes, the entire Louisville area is under a tornado warning right now. You can see the heaviest activity, and we've switched back to NexRad to give you the big picture. Here are the storms just crossing the Ohio River into the immediate Louisville area right now. You can see back to the west of us, the weather definitely is improving. So this line is pushing off to the east pretty quickly at 35 to 45 miles an hour. And the heaviest activity, again, is right over the radar site, which is in downtown Louisville. That's why it looks like it is shrinking, but it really isn't, and is pushing off to the east. We are getting definite winds here of 45, gusting to 50, and of course, Louisville is under a tornado warning. We want to just pass on these counties again because there are a lot of counties that are under tornado warnings. Bullitt County, Northern Hardin County, Jefferson County, Kentucky, Oldham County, and Trimble County are all under tornado warnings until 7:45. Clark County, Floyd County, and Harrison County of Indiana are under tornado warnings until 7:30. Breckenridge and Meade County are under the warning until 7:15, but it does appear that the activity, let's go back to NexRad and see exactly, the activity is pushing out of those counties. There is still some heavy activity in eastern sections of Meade County, but the storms are pushing more toward the east right now. Northern Adair County is also under a tornado warning. This is until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And Casey County has seen an extension of their tornado warning now until 7:45. Doppler radar indicated a possible tornado 25 miles northwest of Somerset, and they have extended the warning there. So that's where we stand. The heaviest activity right over us now. There are other heavy storms throughout south central Kentucky pushing into eastern Kentucky. This entire region, just about our entire viewing area, is under a tornado watch until midnight, but it does appear that the worst of it for at least the Louisville area will be passing east of here within the next 45 minutes or so, because back through many sections of southern Indiana, things are starting to improve. So we'll certainly keep you updated. Gary and Melissa?
Chuck, I've got a question for you. I was just wondering now, in the broad outlook for the rest of the evening, the forecast, does this look like the end of this current storm system, and we might get a little bit of a respite going into the weekend from this point? Is this the last line of storms?
Well, this is the last line of storms. The low pressure system itself is pushing right across southern Indiana. So within the next few hours, we should see a wind shift around to the north and northwest, and that would indicate that the cold front has moved through, and there is drier, cooler air behind the frontal system. Now, I'm not looking for a lot of sunshine tomorrow. It looks like a cloudy day, but we certainly will not be dealing with what we're dealing with right now. And what you're looking at is mostly a rain shaft, very heavy rain coming down in the local area with these very powerful storms that are moving through right now. That is a live shot, and you can see just how dark it is, and that indicates the height of the clouds going way up over 50,000 feet, and it's that type of storm that produces tornadoes, hail, and the strong winds. So things will be improving, but right now it certainly is very rough with a good portion of our viewing area under the tornado warnings for about the next half hour, next 30 to 32 minutes.
And indeed, some people in our viewing area have reported to us that they did experience some hail. Not tornadoes in that area, but they did have some hail earlier this afternoon, and as we know from past experience, that can be very damaging as well. We want to go to our Jeff Lifson. He was up in the helicopter some time ago, a little after 6, following the storm, actually in front of the front. Jeff, can you tell us what it got to be like before you had to land?
Well, Melissa, it got kind of hairy. I don't know the technical terms. That's Chuck Taylor's department about these storm fronts and where the storm begins and where it doesn't. It was very ominous. It was dark, foreboding, and it was moving very quickly. We were basically situated on a line right between Clark County and Washington County, where we've heard so much about the tornado warnings and also some possible sightings up there. The storm moves rather quickly, and Chuck said it's somewhere around 40 to 45 miles per hour. What impressed me the most was just the pitch blackness of the cloud front. Also, the thing that impressed me, and we see some pictures from Iroquois Hill there, what also impressed me was the fact that there was a clear delineation, and as so often is the case, it's light one spot, and then there's that absolute line of storm that becomes dark almost immediately. And that's really the picture that we saw from Sky 11 a very short time ago as it was moving southeast towards Clark County, towards Madison County eventually, and of course Chuck can probably give us the details on where it's actually headed right now. That was one particular tornado or storm front. The other one, as we've been talking about, of course, is coming up from Meade and Hardin and Breckenridge counties, but it was a terrific sight. I felt a little bit like a pioneer almost.
And Jeff, we want to get to Chuck right now because we have a weather update.
That's right. We have a new tornado warning. The National Weather Service has just issued tornado warnings for Adair County, Greene County, Metcalfe County, and Taylor counties of Kentucky. These warnings are in effect until 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. And there you see another little line of thunderstorms. Right now, the heaviest activity is over parts of Greene County, Adair, and Metcalfe County. It will be pushing eastward into Taylor County. So if you live in Taylor County, you should take shelter right now. Possible tornadoes in this line of activity pushing to the east at about 40 to 45 miles an hour. So we not only have storms here in the Louisville area, we have another band of activity just south of here and scattered very heavy thunderstorms throughout the eastern half of Kentucky. But we do want to report that things are starting to improve in areas west of here. So even though you can see outside, things are really bad right now with those high winds and very heavy rain and possible tornadoes. Again, this is a live shot here in the Louisville area. The weather will be improving in about 40 minutes. So I want to repeat those newly received tornado warnings for Adair, Greene, Metcalfe, and Taylor counties of Kentucky. And these warnings are all in effect until 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. And you could see from that live shot winds of at least 50 miles an hour. Let's switch back to our own Doppler radar and take a look. The heaviest activity is right over the radar site. That's why it looks like the area has been shrinking, when indeed it is quite large. But back to the west, over western Harrison County, western Washington County, things are improving. So it's from Louisville eastward and southward that we're going to find the greatest damage or the greatest chance of damaging winds over the next half hour to 45 minutes. Let's switch back to NexRad now. And again, the storms are right over us, pushing off to the east at about 45 miles an hour. So it will be a while before things clear up. But once we get rid of this line of activity, our weather definitely will be improving later on tonight. Gary and Melissa?